What is this music? Right. Welcome everybody. How are we doing? So I'll be live in just a second, as always. I'm going to try a more like another stream friendly Spotify playlist. I don't have high hopes for it, but I wanted to do one that's a little bit less chilled than the previous. So here's some cheesy pop music. If I need to change the playlist, let me know. Or if you just want no music, let me know. This is probably for all the oh my god, it's a double song in the background because I forgot to do the normal media source thing. All right, ignore all the music. This is so cheesy. To the guy whose name I can't pronounce because I can't read it. I am from the UK, but if I was to do that, we would get banned because if there is music on in the background, it has to be copyright free. Unfortunately, I cannot play real songs. I have to play fake songs made by little 16-year-olds in their bedroom. Sorry. Ooh, we are live. Welcome everybody. How are we doing today? Let me just make sure I've got the chat here working. And if you are here in the chat, say hello. Say hello. Oh my god, I've just moved everything. DF phase, I can send you some dope ass beat or make a song if you don't mind. I mean, if you can make me an hour's worth of music, then yeah, I will be all for that. And it better be good. I mean, I was a music producer in a previous incarnation. So, but I don't have enough music I don't want to play my own stuff on here. Cool. All right, we're here. Who do we have in here? We've got Kieran, hey gang, Lotmo Crypto, Harry, always explicit robot, sorry, can't read it, Christopher Hall, Lost in Heaven. Yeah, I apologize about that the other day. I was in a weird mood. P, DF Phase, May Sound, Vasil, Mikey P, Post, J-Dubs World, Vasil again, and the FX again. All right, cool. Let's talk about some price action and let's go into the charts. Again, let me know how the sound of everything is. This is a little bit more hype kind of playlist, but we'll roll with it. If it sucks, I'll turn the music off, put your own music in the background. If you're cool with it, we will continue. So today, first of all, raise your hand in the chat if you were one of those people that were maybe shorting the lows earlier on today, or at least hoping for lower, because the problem is we had a overnight low that got put in at 5 a.m. European time, so absolutely no good for anyone in Europe or anyone in America. So if you were hoping for lower, then hands up in the chat. It was a difficult one. I was also looking at this, but I mean, we did come down into a really important level, and we do want to go over this right now. Just basically, okay. This music is so distracting. Let me just turn it down my end. That's a little bit better, so I can still hear that it's going on. Yeah, we took out some internal lows. So this is when we had the big FOMC pump the other day. We've taken out the lows from that. I think for me personally, that's pretty good. So that was enough of a low. We maintain market structure, and the bias that I had today was to be looking for further upside, and that is what we've had. So I did get into a long position. I went long on Bitcoin, I went long on Ethereum, and I went long on XRP. The music's too loud. Okay, let me turn it down slightly. We better now? Music's a good level now. But yeah, so I was long on all three. I'm still holding a swing short. So this is a hedged short position in case price breaks down. But I think it is generally an in case price breaks down kind of scenario that I'm looking at, because from what I've seen within the market, we're still playing this uptrend. Okay, we put in a high, we put in a low, we put in another high, we put in another low, we put in another high, we put in another low, we put in another high, we put in another low, and every single one of them is following a higher high, higher low trend. Okay, every single one so far. So we're maintaining that market structure, although it's very, very shallow. I do think we're getting to the stage where this, from what we've seen in terms of CBD, from what we've seen on various oscillators, is getting into a potential short squeeze territory, because we have no news catalysts for this week. The markets are just going to be able to do their thing, and because of that, I think we've just got to go with the trend, and we've just got to trade what is going on with the markets themselves. So from what I've seen, Bitcoin looking fairly healthy. I think this was a good area to be looking for those long positions, and that is what I went over this morning. If we do lose the low that we've put in today, I'm going to be hammering shorts. So just be aware of that. I will be... Poppy, what are you doing? My dogs are in the background again. I still have them here in the apartment. They'll be going back to the house soon. Tomorrow, actually, they are going back to the house. So the dogs will not be here to distract me anymore. Does anyone want me? Oh, they look... Oh, Poppy, you're snuggling up with Luna. That's very cute. If anyone wants me to bring a dog on stream, then you can tip for dog. Tip for dogs on the chat. Or if we do get 100 likes, once we hit 80 likes, I'll bring Luna onto the stream because she's chill. If we do hit 100 likes, I'll bring Poppy onto the stream because she's a bit more of a handful, and she'll probably run away from me if I try to pick her up. Let's have a look. What do we have in the chat? We'll go over some more price action in a minute. Let me just get the general stuff out of the way. Please, you've got your own dog there in the background. Hands up who's got a dog. Or who's got a cat. Who's a dog person, who's a cat person. Christopher Hall, free trial for the crew expired today. Love the month there, learned so much. I'm going to be back, going to try and fly the nest. Yeah, that will be... You're very welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad it was helpful for you, and absolutely that is what we're all about. If you feel it's time to become independent trader, then that's amazing. So yeah, awesome. Maysound's got a cat, Froggy's got a dog, P's got both, Christopher's got a golden retriever, Post's got a dog, and a shark. A shark as well. Right, let's be serious. If that is possible with this kind of music in the background. 9-month Labradoodle. Oh, and a whale. Post has got a shark and a whale. And a dog. What do we want to look at? Do we want to go over some... So I'm going to go over I'm going to go over a couple of the trades from today. So I've been quite active. I've been like really quite active trading today. I will have to remember everything that I've done. So I woke up and actually the first trade that I took was a short off of the daily open. So we got that short of the daily open. I took profit very quickly at VWAP there. And then as we came back down into these lows, was able to get back into a long. And then what I was doing was just every time we had these dips, I was just adding to that long position. I started to feel very much like this was going to break up. We haven't really seen much of an impulse yet. To be honest, I was expecting more. We tapped into previous day value area high, which is at 23,165. Pull back into daily open there, which would have given another opportunity for a long. At this point, I'm now just letting the long run because I got into quite a big swing-ish position here. Have taken profit as we broke up and now just letting this run now. I don't want to get any more long exposure from daily open or such. I think I want to keep my stop loss down here and just keep everything fairly like simple. So on Bitcoin, it was short into long and then adding to the long, breaking up. From there on Ethereum, I took the long last night. So as we had this consolidation, below the lows, so we came into the golden pocket. We had a few hours worth of consolidation on a Sunday night below. Hi, Poppy. Below the previous lows that we've made. Okay, and this all still remains internal. All right, so this just looking like a bit of an ABCD correction. Which again, if you're just looking at there's your A, B, C, D, and then looking at continuation at this stage. So I was able to take a long from there. Again, I've taken profit on this and just letting that run. And on XRP, very similar situation. Okay, it was an SFP off of these lows. Internal. Then on the lower time frames, this one here is what got me into a long position. So as we had the bounce during the morning, we broke up. I was then looking to get back in, and I got back in at 0.396, which is our previous reference level. So like a double little SFP thing, and looking for higher off of that. And I also quite like the way that the XRP BTC pair is looking right now. So if we are to look at this on the higher time frames, we do have confluence here. Okay, we can see if we're just looking at this whole uptrend, everything within this whole move is basically mitigated, but you've got a gap. So this area that the chart is highlighted here is a bit of a gap, fair value gap, whatever it is that you like to call it. There is a gap there. We've also got a weekly level, important weekly level, and it is our 702 fib. So this is one that I do personally like to use a lot. Halfway between the 618 and the 786, that 702 is really, really nice, and it does work very well for these. Okay, if the 618 doesn't hold, you look to the 702, then you look to the 786, and so on. So yeah, BTC pair looking cool. And is that the right chart? This isn't the right chart that I wanted. XRP USDT .p. Yeah, and we also have the weekly level here on the USDT pair. So that is the one. So these are the trades I'm currently in. It's quite a lot of long exposure. So I would quite like to find some short positions, maybe during the stream. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. So we'll have a look across the market in a little bit and see what we can find. I would be up for taking a few trades during the stream, so we can actually have a look around the market and see what we're doing. Kieran, do you use BTC for your positions or Tether? I use Tether. So my day trading is always USDT, all assets USDT. I do trade the inverse perpetual, but those are swing positions. So currently my inverse, I am short on inverse at the moment, but that could quite quickly change. So I am short from, it's a bit of an average. It's the same as last week. So it's 23625. So I'm short at 23625. It's honestly not the best entry in the world. It is just, it's hedged in case we break down. So that is on the inverse perpetual. I tend to just rotate in and out off of those, and the USDT is much more day trading on the linear contract. GRT shorts, yes, we spoke about this in the chat earlier, so I want to have a look at this. Liquid, was it you that brought this up? Because okay, so now we've got a different, no, there's a different situation here now, isn't it? So this is now an SFP. Let me just we have this. Let me see what's going on here. It wasn't you. Okay, we have spoken about this. There was a potential entry earlier on for sure. Yeah, you want to see it come back up a little bit higher than this, because at the moment you're still maintaining. That's the low that needs to take. This music is. Sorry, I keep talking about the music. I was a musician, so it's very distracting. I don't know if there's short opportunity yet. I'm still looking at this as a bit of a range. What do we have here? So I have the music running into the takeaway. We can go more chilled. Or I can just turn the music off. This is terrible. What's the next song? All right, where's your London PSC? It's probably come back into there already. Yeah, okay. Shall I go? I'm going to try a different one. I'm going to try a different playlist. This is another copyright-free playlist. Tell me if this is better. I can hear it in the background. I've got it super quiet on my end, but it sounds horrible. It sounds awful. Right. Yeah. Other than the SFP, I mean, that was obviously a really good trade, and you had a good impulse up. You come back in, even 5-minute chart. Okay, there's your gap. That's what you want to come back and fill. Taking profits off of that, great. You're holding this VWAP, so if you come back into VWAP, even then, that's really nice. Daily point of control. If it can move back down into there, that'll be a second take profit. But yeah, the trade itself, I don't think there's a trade here. It's not like I'm not going to say, okay, GRT is looking like a great short position, because that happened a couple of hours ago. So no, I don't have too much more to say on that as a particularly as a trade, because of just, yeah, it's done, isn't it? It's done at this stage. So I want to see something new, if we can find anything more that's new. It's very similar on Bitcoin. Okay, you had the short opportunity as we came out and took out the Asia highs. So you take out the Asia highs, you come into previous day value area high, you get the move back down into daily open, and then you get a decent bounce off of that. VWAP, I think, still, yeah, we're still well above VWAP, so that's looking good. So I would say more upside is possible. Then you have to be aware, so anything that you are looking for short positions on, something like GRT, then you do have to be aware that that can be carried further by the likes of Bitcoin. Let's just have a look in general across the market. Is there anything that we can get a good short position on? No. Woo, maybe. Would love your opinion on Ocean, medium time frame. Sure. Actually, yes, because this is one of the AI plays, isn't it? So Ocean is a good one. I do like Ocean as a project. Let's go BT. Ooh, there's a look. This is a level that I have going up. It's probably a very old one. This is a very old level. Okay, forget that. It's very old. Reset. Have not looked at Ocean for an extremely long time. Weekly AB, that's the first thing that comes to mind there. Daily. Okay. So then you have daily level. Well, a couple of possibilities here. I'm going to go for that AB, that weekly AB. Six 1/8's at the top of it. Yeah. Where is it? There you go. Tap it onto there. Looks like a fifth wave. Yeah. So I don't know whether you go that like as the impulse. Yeah, I'm not the Elliott wave man. I'm not the best person to talk about this, but 1, 2, 3 up there, 4, and then here's your fifth. Because I think this move basically all one thing. But if you're looking at that initial impulse that takes you into a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you'd be looking back down here, which would work out quite nice. Just as a very, very quick look at that, it certainly does look like a fifth wave. And there's probably subcounts within this as well, because you clearly have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. You come back in, so yeah, that's the 1. Then you're continuing, yeah. Question, do you pull fib trend extensions in log or normal? In normal, unless we're in price discovery, then I may look for longs. Yeah. Log, not longs. DYDX rejected support resistance but on uptrend. Can we discuss DYDX charts? Gold as well. Let's have a look at both of them. I'm up for just charting some stuff tonight. This is a chart and chill stream. Morpheus network's up, so that's going to be doing nicely for my spot count. Nice. How many likes we are? 36. Come on, guys, you can do better than that. We can do better than that. So we're going to look at DYDX. Fairly similar to everything else that's going on, isn't it? We're all just doing this little back test of previous high, previous range at the moment. So let's start building this chart. It's another weekly order block. So that is why we got the resistance. Other than that, we're probably around about the EQ from this move. We're nowhere near the 618, obviously. We're close to the 0.5. Not quite there. Everything's weekly order block on these altcoins. So then we'd be looking for weekly level as a retrace, if this is to start moving down. Which takes you back into, this is the problem, we've not built any support on the way up on like anything, which is why I still believe we need to be continuing higher, because this ultimately like the POCs are a long way away, and we've not built any support. This is the opportunity now to have some consolidation, like real good consolidation, put in like a nice volume around here, and then start to push up out of that, and then it can come back down and start to make a decent higher low. But at the moment, if anything starts falling further than we are now, we're like, the whole market is in big danger. So yeah, we do have to continue pushing if this is to be an actual proper rally, because yeah, weekly order block significant. Okay, you do have the weekly level at the top of that. If we are to get another high, I would be marking that on my chart with a lot of interest at the moment. So if we are to get an SFP off of this high, come up into $3.90.5, that for me would absolutely be a opportunity for a short position. And again, just an ABCD correction, taking out the lows of from last week, change of market structure locally. So there's your high that took the low, you come back in, that would have been roughly a golden pocket around there. Not far off. Okay, you're close to the 618, you got the 0.5 down there. Coming back in yet again. So yeah, I'd be looking at something like this if I was looking to trade DYDX. Path. You're about the right zone to be looking for longs. You would probably initially be looking up at these highs over here. Then you've got a series of stops that you can just start running into. So once you get through that, pull back into the POC, pull back into here somewhere, then you can start to run through everything, and then that's where you can look for those short positions back down again. So something along those lines is what I would personally look for on an asset such as DYDX. And then ultimately you're looking back down towards that weekly. Nay, GMI. Clearly you are going to make it if you're in a long exactly there. Yeah, I mean, that looks good. I think a lot of stuff looks prime for a little bit more. I keep saying this every time we do a stream. It's like everything looks like it can go a little bit higher. But yeah, it's still going. Everything is still going at the moment. And to me, this still looks corrective rather than anything too crazy. The reason I think it'll pull back is DXY is so close to the weekly. Yep. Okay, so let's look at the DXY, because I mean, we're literally following like the macro plan that we talk about on every single live stream. We're following this so closely, because we were looking for a move down here, and then we were looking for that move up. So we do have this as the general path that we're looking for price to take. So we've obviously updated that slightly, but this has been going on since like we were down here. We were just waiting for price to come down, take the liquidity at the lows. Then it starts to form another range below this one here. So you start to form a range below this, chop around for a little bit, and then ultimately at some point we are looking for that move up towards 110. I hope that it doesn't. I would very much like to see a range here, and then we continue lower. But I think what we're likely to see is something like this, where you come back into this range, and then we start to come back up into here. And then that's when we can start to get real bullish again, and we can be going risk on to assets and be looking to take things back below 100 on the dollar index there. So yeah, as like a swing tradey type thing, this is still really, yeah, really quite nicely playing out at this stage. So it's good. You have a weekly at 103.9. Is it wrong? Right at the 618 area too. Let's have a look on the weekly time frame. Oh yeah, yeah, cool. And that's, yeah, right at that 2017 high, which I do think is significant because it's part of the whole financial crisis thing, and everything going on there. So yeah, so there is the weekly, the 618. Yeah, we're right there. I mean, we should be pulling back. The dollar should be pulling back from here, and at least coming back down towards like 102, which I think is hopefully going to lead to a little bit more positive movement from the market. And this is the kind of thing, again, like we've spoken about, if we can start to pull back for this week, it honestly could be enough to send Bitcoin to 30k, although you're not looking at a big like retrace from here. We have to be aware that there isn't resistance above us anymore, apart from that 25.2, and then we've just got a void to fill. So this could very quickly, if we are going to push back, if the dollar is going to pull back and we are going to move up in price, this could very quickly take us up to 30k. In the same way that I do honestly believe that if we start to break down from here, we're very quickly going to find ourselves below 20k again. I think whatever happens from this move, from this range here, when it breaks, it's going to be it's going to be a big one. It is going to be a big move. You're not going to get the kind of thing where we're looking at, it kind of fades itself back up again, falls back into the range. You start to put in some like a lot of people that are expecting this kind of thing, just a gradual like move down, and then you start to find some support in the old range, and we do that. I just don't see that as happening at all. I think as soon as we break this to the downside, it's going to be like bad, and we're going to very quickly find ourselves going down. So you've got to be extremely careful into any positions there. And again, if we do start to break up through this and we're holding it, it'll be rapid. It will be a big move, but I can be wrong. So yeah, we'll see. What's the longest you've ever let a position run for? I mean, I was holding a short for a long time last year. Can't remember where it was. I let this long run because we had the 42k long. It was a swing long for me. I let that run into all-time high. So that was 50 days-ish. Ugh. Face hurts. I've done that. We also had this... I didn't get into a long here. I missed this. And then I got back in a... That was January. Okay. I can't remember where that short position was. I'd say it's very rare that I would hold anything for longer than a month. Did short this, but again, yeah, I don't think that would have been as long as the long even. Yeah, 50 days. What 1 or 2 months. We're still only at 48 likes. Guys, I know a lot of you hate this. But let's get those likes up. And in the meantime, if you are new to the channel, please do check out tauruscrypto.com. You can find out more about our community. You can contact us via the chat box down here. So if there is anything you would like to know about anything, click the little chat box here and you can say hi to a member of our wonderful team. So you just say hi down there, and I'm sure someone very soon, oh look, it's popped up on my phone, there we go. So my own message has popped up on my phone. P will probably get back to us very soon, and he'll respond to this message in the chat. But if you do want to learn any more about the community, about the crew, about any of those kind of things, do go to tauruscrypto.com and you can find out a lot more information. We do live trading on a daily basis. We've got tons of educational content. We've got our playbook strategies, and we've got all sorts of other things. So any questions that you do have, do take yourself over there and ask whatever you want to. Also follow us on Twitter, do all of those kind of things. And yeah, that'll be that. Where are we at with the likes? We haven't even gone up on the likes. This is terrible. You guys are awful. I want 100 likes. Click like and reverse global warming. Yeah. Let's get 69. You have to say we are starting to build some good bid side support down here, and what happened there? So that was a decent short squeeze earlier on. Like the way that open interest just crushed down there. Nice. We had a good old short squeeze earlier. That's all we've had so far. $740 Bitcoin waiting to be bought down there. Mirax, I have not seen you for a long time. Is this the same Mirax that, I mean, you used to be on all the streams? Like, what, a year ago? If you're looking for a decent entry on a short, A0 USD on Gate.io is right for doing stuff. Are you not the same Mirax? Oh, you are! Awesome. Good to have you back. Good to see you again, man. It's nice. I'm glad there's still people around. This is the problem. This is like the problem with bear market. I know I said last week that I was bored, but honestly, the market does that to you, and it does do that to you. And I think it does take. We're going to do a little pop talk here. Is that if you don't keep yourself at least a little bit active within this market, it can be very easy for you just to start to feel like, oh, there's nothing going on. It's kind of boring, all that kind of thing. And I think that's the main thing that gets people out of crypto and out of trading in general. It's not necessarily the losing, because if you're losing money and you can just top it up, if you've got another job or something, and it has that dopamine rush still, that something, and I don't mean to say that it's in a good way, but if you do have people that are like basically gambling, it does keep them here. But the problem is, I think the more damaging thing to them from the market is when it does go into these like really slow painful phases of just not very much going on, and there's not a lot that really seems to be working, and all the assets seem to be doing the same thing. They all, like, you look at one altcoin and it's doing exactly the same as the next one. It's those stages in the market which really do get a lot of people to just give up, because there's better things you can do with your time. But if you do stick at it, these are where the opportunities are. And if you can learn to trade in these conditions and still be profitable within these conditions, then it's going to do you very well. Like, as soon as things start moving and things start to become properly technical again, I don't consider the market to be that. It's okay. Like, I'm still, my trading's still pretty good, but I don't consider it to be like really in a moment where I can just get into the zone and I can just trade and trade and trade and trade. It is a bit of a struggle. So every day when you get up to the charts, there is a bit of a struggle there to try and find where the next trade is going to come from. And it takes a lot of searching. It takes a lot of looking around. So yeah, this is the thing. This is what gets a lot of people to give up on trading. But it's good to see some of you back. This is what happens if the market starts to pick up. And I do think this is why I'd love to, as much as I think that we're still in an uptrend and that there is a possibility that we can continue higher. I would love to see price break through this 25k resistance, come up towards 30k, because I think that will just bring so much life back into the market. Yes, we're probably going to be looking for big short positions to start off with, but I think it's going to bring a load of like really nice alt trades whilst it hangs up around there, puts in a distribution. And then once it starts to pull back and you start to get that fear coming back into the market as everything starts to move again, that's when things will really, really become interesting. Herbert Moon, how much do you make trading each week in a bear market? I don't know if I can disclose that information. Maybe one day I will disclose that information. Let's have a look at Ethereum. Because Mirex has asked for it. Ooh, okay. Yes. Oh my god, yes and no. You'd have to be scalp. It would have to be scalp from this. So I know what you're saying. This is the high. Or we do, if we go down to the lower time frames, there is internally we're looking at this. Is there a better? It didn't SFP, that's annoying. So if it comes up here, you can be looking for a move back down to $1.36, because that's where you kind of move around. You do that and you continue higher. This is the thing with something that's not done a market cycle. Yes, you can look for shorts as you come up into this, and you do have, let's say, $1.45, no, $1.58. Then you have order block there, $1.70. That's a little bit of a long range. There's your one-to-one. So from a technical perspective, I'd say you're looking at like $1.78 as a good area for shorts. There's not a lot of confluence lining up with all these though. it's really quite difficult on because if we are going into a new phase of the market, then it's just going to, like, honestly, you're going to be looking at this move here as the one to really be looking at projections higher, because if this is a decent project, you're going to be looking at, you're going to want at least 10x from the lows. And that's what, if you're a big investor and you're into crypto, you're going to be looking at 10x from the lows. So that takes you up to $5, $4.50. You've got your 1.618 up there. If you're then going into log on the macro, then you'd be looking up towards like 8, 9, 10. But this is if we go into that new phase of the market, which I think we do need Bitcoin to just get to that 30k level in order for that to happen. Otherwise, this still for now is just following what Bitcoin's doing. But once it starts to do that, then honestly, yeah, you get those reversals and they can just continue in a madly parabolic fashion for quite a long time. So you'd have to be very careful with like short positions when we're still in a healthy uptrend. And this is the thing. This is what I really want to see. I do want to see projects like that pushing up. I'm thinking back to like when I first started trading. I know you can short stuff now, which I wasn't able to, or we weren't able to for. I'm just going to pour myself a glass of wine. Yeah, I did a tweet about this not so long ago, that when I first started trading, you couldn't short things, and I still managed to lose money. And that was when things were in like mad uptrends. And this was going back into when we were, yeah, I guess around here, when we come out of a bear market. We've got to be looking all the way down here. So once we come out of a bear market and we were moving up significantly. Which one is it? Here. We started to move up, and during this phase, like we couldn't short stuff. It just wasn't possible to, but I still didn't really manage to make money on this whole move up when I first got into crypto. So the fact that I don't really know where I'm getting with this. But yeah, there's just a lot of people that are going to be shorting things, and we've seen this with Aptos, and we've seen this with a few other assets recently, where things can become incredibly impulsive, and they can just continue to run. So we do need to be careful. Like I would be careful getting into big short positions on anything whilst we maintain this higher high, higher low structure that we're in at the moment. There will be a time where you can short it, and if it happens to be that we lose this trend to the downside now, then you can short that all the way back down towards 20k, towards 16k, towards 15k. So there's no rush to get into short positions here. There's also no rush to get into long positions because we're way too high already. So you just got to be day trading this, allowing things to come back into your targets. If they do start to do that, then that's when you jump on the opportunities. Oh yeah, Christopher Hall, no, absolutely. I do not think there's going to be an all-time high. I think what we're looking for at the moment, not until 2024, 2025. I really don't think that we're not looking at an all-time high scenario this year, for sure. And even, maybe not even within the next halving cycle, I guess. Yeah, maybe. Then you'd have to look at the on-chain stuff and see if, does that become profitable for miners? What happens at that stage? Like, can the market still survive it if, let's say, we go up towards 40, 50k and we start to pull back again and we stay there for a few years? Then, yeah, that would be interesting. That would be very interesting. Robot, I'm conflicted. Somewhat Some want a retrace to 21,800-ish. Some want 25k. Some count wave 5 in, and some a wave 3 is in. So for this, I'll probably refer to the thing with Elliott wave is there's always, it's scenarios, isn't it? So there's always another count, and you're just looking at probabilities for which one you want to trade. If I'm honest, I'd look at this probably as a wave 5, but there's no reason why you can't do a flat and then continue higher after a wave 5. So. And then you put in another 5 waves. Better off missing the top and catch the 70% of the move down than to keep trying to short an uptrend. Yeah, especially when we're low on the range. So now isn't the time to really be looking for short positions when we're at the bottom of the range. Like, fine, take shorts from SFPs. Okay, so take shorts from SFPs if we come up to here and so on, which is what I have been doing. Again, I've not got the best entry on this. I have got an average that I've been building as a hedged position within this. That I will happily hold, and that will make me some good money if we do start to fall back down again. But what I would much rather do at this stage is wait for that to break, short the back test. If it ends up being a fake out, then annoyingly you're going to lose that trade, and you're also going to get stopped out of longs on the way. So there could be a potential to lose 2 trades in a row, but that's life, that's trading, you can't get everything right. But for me, I would rather be long here. I would rather set my invalidation at the lows. In fact, I would rather set my invalidation at this low here, because I really don't think that we should be coming back down here again now that enough time has passed. I do think that the low, allow for a little SFP if we get something like that, but I do think that this low, if we are going to break towards those higher 20k levels, I do think the low should be in. But yeah, if it so happens that I get stopped here, we come back here, and then I would look for a short at that weekly level to take it down, and it ends up being a fake out and it continues, then yes, I will probably lose two trades in a row, but that is life, that is trading, and there will be another opportunity after that. So you always run that risk. That is, yeah. Yeah, so be the first out. If the trade starts to reverse on you, what you want to be is like the first one hurt on that. Because you will lose trades. You will always lose trades. That's impossible to, like, you can never not lose. Like, you can't have a 100% win rate. It's just ridiculous. You can have a pretty high win rate, but you can't have a 100% win rate. It's impossible. I mean, yeah, it's probably impossible. So you want to be the first one out, and in this case, if we are to come down and take this low, I'm probably going to want to get out of those long positions. And then again, if price comes back in as a bearish retest and you want to short that, if you start to reclaim the same, you want to be the first one out of that. So there's, yeah, you can go on losing streaks the same way that you can go on winning streaks. Because I could just literally long this, and we can go all the way up here, and I've got a big win. But if I lose, then I've got 2 small losses with tight stops. So. I see the bigger reward, and I did say this in the chat earlier. Let me find this. This was in trading chat, so this is over in the crew section for those of you who would like to see what goes on over there. Where were we? Here we go. So I don't know if you can see this, but what I said earlier on in the chat, and this was today at 3:51 p.m. So we're just going to bring this up 3:51 p.m. because I actually timed this really nicely. Brag, brag, brag. 3:51 p.m. I'm going to put the arrow on the chart here. There, okay? So that point there, this is where I said in the Discord to everyone that was watching, We're right on the edge of what I consider to be key support. No room for it to go, so I think we're due volatility in the next few hours. Happened like 1 minute later, which is insane. So yeah, I think we're due for volatility in the next few hours. I'm thinking another short squeeze is most likely, but I'm still holding my short whilst building a fat long at these lows. Been steadily averaging into a long all day. I'm prepared to take the hit if I'm wrong because I see upside as giving the bigger reward for the risk I'm taking here. So that is what I said 1 minute before the short squeeze happened. So if anyone was paying attention in the Discord, we were talking about this. You could have just gone, Luke's bullish, I'm going to mark it long. And if you'd mark it long, you would have been very profitable at that stage. And already from that, even if you'd entered there, the bigger rewards, okay, let's see, even if your invalidation is down here, you would have got yourself more than a 1-to-1, like straight away, straight off the bat for that. Okay. So really, really nice. So you would have very quickly got yourself bigger reward for the risk that you're taking. And for me, my long was down here. So this is where I have my long position. And there is much, much, much bigger reward for the risk that is being taken by having a long position, because that can continue up here. It can come up towards these highs. And potentially, if we're going to continue this trend of higher lows, which is what I'm basing this off of, we want to make higher lows and higher highs, it could take you all the way up there, and in that case you're looking at a 50-to-1 trade. But that was my thesis for it, and we're still very, very early stages. I've taken profit off of that, so I've not got the initial risk. There's always a risk in keeping the stop loss, blah blah blah, but my initial risk is gone because we've got over a 1-to-1. If I am to get stopped on this trade, I'm not going to lose overall on the trade itself. Lost in Heaven, will you hate on me if I say that I'm kind of sad that price isn't moving right now during this during the live stream? Should we get a dog? Oh, we're at 69 likes. We're at 69 likes. Who wants to join the stream? Doggy doggies, doggy 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 doggies. Who's gonna join the stream? Luna or Poppy? Poppy, you're not gonna let me, are you? You're gonna join the stream. Here's the Luna. Here's the Luna. Luna, what do you think is gonna happen? Luna. Bug-eye ass beagle. She's a Dachshund. She's not a beagle. Hey, Luna. Oh, no, don't do that. Luna, entry, stop loss, and take profit, please. What do we do? I can try and get Poppy, but she will probably like growl at me if I try and get Poppy. Poppy's hiding. Poppy, what's this? What's this? Poppy? No. Poppy knows that I'll probably pick her up. Wait! How did you see I have red socks? Did you? So, I didn't even know. Yeah, I went for a run earlier. So my my running socks are bright red. So I have bright red running socks. I did a 10k run earlier on and I'm still wearing those. So you can see my bright red socks. bear signal, yes. Smash the likes if you like the Red Sox, yeah. Do we have anything else that we want to cover today? Because I think we're not really getting much in the way of price action. I did do a market update this morning, so if you want to see my general thoughts on the market, look, we got big bullish divergences going on down here. So if we're looking at possible long positions, earlier on would have been the time to take them. We have hidden bullish divergence on the 1 hour, and that is basically continuing through this whole range as well. And then what we do have is a little bit of a, and this is what I spoke about earlier, because I know a few of you guys were a little bit confused about this, because is it bullish divergence? Is it bearish divergence? What is actually going on here? So if we're looking at the lows that we put in, those first lows, we're making a low, a lower low, a lower low on the RSI. And once again, we're making a low. Whoops. We're making a low. I mean a high, a lower high, and a lower high. So we're in a channel. We're contained within a channel here on the RSI. And this is why I think right now, although a lot of people are basically looking at this as being like, oh my God, look, we've got 1, 2, 3 highs with bearish divergence. We are still taking out the lows on the oscillator. Once again, taking out the lows on the oscillator, which to me says that that bearish divergence has played out. Okay, so that does say to me that that divergence that we've had up at the highs, once the oscillator or the price, either the oscillator or the price takes out the low, I don't look at just one of them. I'm not one of those that goes, okay, look, we've made a higher high here. We need to break this market structure. I don't think that's necessarily the case. If the oscillator or the price breaks down, then at that point, the trade is complete if you are trading divergences. So here, where at this point here, this candle that broke down, okay, that's the one that broke the market structure off of this, or got that break of structure. At that point, you're saying, okay, that bearish divergence that we had at the high is done, but you're making a higher low. And what you've immediately done there is build hidden bullish divergence. So which one's going to work? I think market structure then has to take precedent, and price action market structure is far more important than a lagging indicator like an RSI. And when you're also looking at things like the CVD that are showing these divergences, then yeah, we do have to still take that market structure as being king from this at the moment. I'm also looking at these EMAs just out of interest, because you've got a big old cluster of EMAs up here. Ooh, okay. You got some tricky resistance to get through at the moment, because the bots are going to be hammering this down right now. So if it can push through, you're gonna get a bit of a squeeze. Have you ever used Stormgain to trade? I do 500x. No, I have not. I would not want to trade 500x at all. That would be bad. Okay, cool. I am fairly soon going to wrap this up. So before I leave, I do need to say we currently have just 37 participants on our trading competition. Now this is running for the entire month. Okay, so we are running a trading competition on Bybit. We can post the link to this competition page. So I'm posting the link into the chat here to our competition page. Now, if you want to take part in this competition, okay, so this is our Taurus crypto trading competition right here. If you do want to take part in the trading competition, you only need $100 of equity in order to take part. There are going to be 10 winners, and the top 10 will all receive $100 USDT. So the top 10 from this, we currently have 37 participants. So that means that one in every, well, better than 1 in 4 chance of just getting your money back from this straight away. If we can get 100 participants, and that's a big if, then I will be doubling the pot, and I will be giving away a further $1,000 to the people who come in the top 3. So at the moment we have Scalpy Scalp, whoever Scalpy Scalp is on 105% already, and we've not been going for very long off of this. This is running, like I say, running for the whole month. You can join at any time within the entire month. We've got Modi Peluri coming in second place, who is a good friend of the channel, been building a website for us. And then you got Bossman. I wonder who Bossman can be, in third place, currently on 51%. So yeah, that is our fun little competition. If this goes well, and if we do get over 100 people, we may do this as like a monthly thing, and every month we can do a new competition. We can give new prizes, we can give more prizes, we can do a lot of stuff. Okay, so yeah, if we hit, we're on to 39 participants. We've got a couple more that have already joined in on this, so up to 39. If we can get 100 participants on this, $100 is all you need. Set up a new account, put $100 into it, then all you're going to do is lose $100. It's not a big deal. But if you do come into the top 10, you'll get your money back from Bybit. That will be automatically credited. And if we do hit 100, then I will be giving away $1,000 of prizes to the top 3 that aren't part of the team already. And I'll throw in some free crew memberships into that as well. Okay. LM. You don't have to set up a new account. You absolutely don't. But it's just, I would say it's a good idea to, like, if you just want to do a $100 account, trade that, and then you can continue to use that same account. So use that as your competition account. Every time there's a competition, just deposit into that and then compete with that account. You don't want to be doing a competition account with your main account, because you just don't want to get blown up. Like, this is high leverage, this is degen, this is fun. Okay, so it's a little bit of fun. So don't, I mean, you can go on with your main account, but you're not gonna get the high percentages. If you're trading with a 10k account, to have doubled that within a week, not realistic. So yeah. And yes, Delirium is right. You do it properly, do a new account properly, and all that kind of thing. No need to KYC, you don't need to do any of that kind of stuff, but throw $100 into a new account, new email address, and use that repeatedly for any competitions that we run. When we do WSOT, when we do anything else, just use that account. I'm not going to make you sign up a new account every time. That's ridiculous. How many participants do we have now? As bright, 40. We are 40% of the way there to unlocking another $1,000 out of my own pocket that is going to give away prizes for this. And it runs for the entire month, like I say, so we've got 21 days. A YOLO 100x trade could easily take you up to the top of the leaderboard within one trade. It can also easily liquidate you, but I'll let you be the judge of what is sensible and what is not. All right. Yeah, cool. I'm going to take any final questions. I'm going to give it 1 minute for any final questions. Then I may pick a question or two. I may let the mods pick a question or two, and then we are going to end it there. We will do some other streams later on in the week. We do have a couple more streams that are scheduled if we get some good volatility coming in. Then yeah, we can do that. How far do I run? I'm doing a half marathon in April, but I did a 10K today. It was my first one doing a 10K, so I'm half the distance. And I'm actually feeling really good. Feeling very good after my 10K run today. So that's why I'm drinking a bottle of wine to celebrate, which is, yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah, that's my recovery. Dot and link. I'm going to do this really, really rapidly because I don't know what kind of chart I'm looking at here. Dot, I've got a monthly level. Okay, so this monthly level we must have drawn on recently. This is coming back down into that. That's significant. Okay, that's good. So if we're looking at this as an SR flip, then cool. We're holding above value area high of this range. We're just about okay there. The moment you say there's been a short position that would have just happened because you did have you're not breaking market structure, so okay, cool. You would have just wanted to go for the short, so as you come back up into this here because you've got this downtrend, then your impulse down, that first opportunity to take a short position and then see if you consolidate and put in a new high is there. So the short position would have been the latest trade. You're holding the monthly level. If we're looking at where our volume is, you're getting the bounce from the low volume nodes on this, which is better, but you've got a very balanced profile below. So you're not going to want to take out this low. Again, it's a very similar situation. If you start to take out this low, like we've done on, like we're saying with Bitcoin and everything, then it's going to start to look ugly. If we're looking at this as a whole, let's just hide this. We're looking at fibs. There's not really fib retraces here. I wouldn't go for a golden pocket. SFP off of these lows into the 618, potentially that gives you a setup down here, so you could then set yourself alerts for this. So you'd be looking at that low there at $6.46 coming into the 618, and then you're looking at the SFP. That would only happen if Bitcoin was to do the same, and I don't think that's a very high probability. So what I'd then be looking for is for a move back up to the monthly and then to continue that short down, maybe towards the anchored VWAP, and then you're taking out these equal lows down here. So at the moment, probably looking more like a breakdown than a move up. So we're going to need Bitcoin strength to continue higher off of this, but the short opportunity is gone. You're resting at support here. So that's DOT. Link looks better, immediately looks better. Now we know we're at high time frame resistance on this because we have been talking about this previously, but we were looking for that move up towards the monthly. So on Link, we've gone from a good... I mean, you've got your 1, 2, 3, 4 like lower extended fifth here on this. You've come back down. You've hit into 4-hour fair value gap, 4-hour AB, whichever way you want to look at that. Okay, there you're holding support there. You also have fibs lining up as confluence for this. You've come down into your 786, but you're holding around that like that golden zone that you really want to be looking for a move upwards. Now I would be looking for a move back up towards the high, and then $7.66 is where I was initially looking for those bigger short positions. You've got the monthly level up there, and then you've got to be aware that there's liquidity above that, and then you're looking up towards about $8. So that is that. And this is doing something that's very similar. Like, what has it done previously? Okay, you come into that 786 and you move up. Over here, you've come into the 786 almost, and you're moving up again. So similar situation. Okay, you're just getting these retraces and then continuing higher. So DOT doesn't look great, but Link looks better. That's very, very, very quick on both of those. So again, these probably need a little bit more time to really find where we are. If we're looking at this as like this being the first move, there's your speed fan holding as support. So that's as you start to come into this range. Then if we just take the range, there's your POC there. So yeah, a little bit of a run below the POC. Take your anchor VWAP from this as we come into the highs. You're holding there. So yeah, Link looks okay. Link looks good. Link looks good. There's very, very similar situation to what we've got on Bitcoin, where big resistance above. Big. Mikey P, no, not French wine. Not Italian wine. Not Spanish wine. Today, we are on wine of Argentina. Where's it gone? Oh my God. Wine Wine of Argentina. That is what I am drinking today. I love a Malbec. That is my red wine of choice. If I'm going for white, I'd go for a nice French wine. I'd go for a nice Sauvignon Blanc on a white wine. But if it's red, it's got to be a Malbec. It's got to be a Malbec. I have an amazing bottle of Malbec downstairs. This is the cheap. This is just M&S classics. This is I mean, it's very nice. It's very good. I've got some really like. I've become proper. I haven't drunk beer. Apart one day this year, I've drunk beer. But because I haven't drunk beer, I've substituted it with wine, and I'm becoming a proper wine snob. Seriously, there's a really nice wine bar like right where I live, and I'm just going out with friends like really often, and I'm just trying like all these different wines, and I'm like noting down whether I like them and which ones I like. So I'm becoming like a proper snobby wine snob. But yeah. Someone asked for sand. Sorry if I've missed your thingy. I don't know what to say on sand. So we had the high volume node up there, and that's exactly where we rejected from. It's another range. You're a long way off of support on this one though. I like Link more than the rest. Out of everything I've seen so far, I like the look of it was Link, wasn't it? So I'm TA'd out, guys. I haven't even done much TA, but I'm TA'd out. And also I didn't see a clear setup on sand. It's just lower the ranges. Again, what do we keep saying? It's very much the same as what other assets have done. So 4 hour, same as Link. Yeah, like identical basically to Link. You come into the 4 hour AB, you've got the fair value gap thingy majiggy down there, you're consolidating below. Then you've got you're below the 786, so you've got a bit of a deeper retrace going on here. If you're looking at where the impulse was from this, yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult. So I think you're probably looking at potential for more downside on this. The competition is any asset on Bybit. So all you need to do is just put $100 into your account. You can trade spot, you can trade derivatives, you can trade options, you can trade anything. Okay, so for this competition, right, 41 participants. For this competition, you can trade absolutely any asset on here. So all of the terms and conditions are down here. All right, so give them a read. Yep. Can be linear, can be USDT, can be USDC, can be options, can be spot, anything. Oh, Peter, woo. All right, last one. I'm gonna do this quickly. We're gonna go 60 seconds TA on Woo. Put the timer on. Okay, where I would like to see this going. Weekly level, weekly level, weekly level, weekly level, weekly level, weekly level, weekly level. Oh, we're through the monthly level, we're through the monthly level, we're through the monthly level, monthly level, monthly level, monthly level, monthly level. Fib extensions look like they work nicely on this one. Your 618 is way too high. Oh God, this would be really nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You take out the 4 down here. You have the SFP. You're continuing up. So from that, you'd say that is the start of that range. So that brings you into the 618, which is just hit, and then you've got the 2 up the top there, which is lining up with this. Okay, so we've already done everything again that you would want to trade. So that would have been a short from that Oh my god, there. The 1.618 after you've taken out that low, that's the move that you're looking for as an expansion from this. So nice. Then you'd be looking for the same kind of situation, because this is what it seems to be doing. So now you're looking back down towards that low because you've had a 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the smallest, I don't care. That into this 618 down here. So if we can get a retrace down towards like 0.198, taking out these lows, then that would be a long opportunity. At the moment, you're a little bit soon to be looking for shorts. I would probably rather see a short off the weekly. So that was the weekly level that we have up here. Then you could look for those short positions. Now you've only just missed one, especially locally where you have this going on. But to be honest, I think this still looks, geez, you're doing the same thing. So now you can continue this up and you can take your extensions from this. Yo, that's going to take you up to the 2. So then we can be looking at the 1-to-1. This is so local. This is tiny time frames. Tiny time frames all the time. Tiny. It's not giving us anything of any real note. Yeah. You'd be looking at 25.1 cents as major resistance, and if you want to look for a long position, you've got to wait for it to go back below 20 cents, so 19.8 cents down there. Okay, cool. We are done. I'm wrapping things up now. Hasta la vista, Barbie. I'm very sorry you've just said hello, but I am now saying goodbye. So I've already been on stream for an hour and a half. That is plenty long enough for me, otherwise I'll lose my voice again before we get to the end of the week. This happened the other week, and it wasn't fun, and I lost a lot of faith. So I just lost energy by the end of the week, and then I started to say I was bored of the market and I was just fed up. So I don't want that to happen again. I don't want to get burned out like I did previously. So thank you very much. Yeah, have a great week, everyone. Please do join me on the next stream. If you're not already subscribed, please do so. And I will see you all on the next stream / video / in the Discord. So cheers. Bye bye. Now Bitcoin can pump because I'm pretending to finish the stream. Pump Bitcoin. Bitcoin never moves when I'm live. Pump it. Pump it. Pump it up. Pump it up. Okay, I'm off. Bye.